Hi guys, I'm here with a video today to show you some projects that I made for a friend of mine named Nikki. And Nikki does not have a YouTube account, but I know that she watches the videos. So Nikki, if you're watching this, hi! And if you're seeing this video, then she's already gotten these goodies. Nikki likes pastel colors, and she said she likes turquoise and gray. And so I tried to stick to kind of those colors, like light blues and gray, because it's not something I normally do, and it was kind of a fun challenge to myself. And we are actually swapping items, so if you're seeing this, then she's already received her stuff. But this is the card I made her, and a lot of the stuff I made was out of a couple of different paper collections. The Glitz paper collection I used, I can't remember the name, but I'll try to find it and put it in the link below if I still have any of the papers left. I want to say it's the Beautiful Dreamer, but I could be wrong. It's a paper collection that has mostly pinks and turquoises, and then a lot of the backs of the papers have like the turquoise collection. So that's what I used, was mainly that paper. And then there was a Webster's page that I had that Vonnie gave me, and I used that as well in some of these. So this is just a really simple card that I made. And it says, good friends are like stars. You cannot always see them, but you know they're always there. And this is from a stamp set, an Amy R stamp set that I got from Jamie. And I'll put a link below to her shop. She has the stamps at the Not Too Shabby shop, so I'll put a link to that below. And then these are some doilies that I got from Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. And just some different laces and trims that I had in my stash. And so this is just a card for her, and the inside is pretty plain, and then just has a personalized message. So that's the card, and nothing really on the back. And I made a picture frame for her and a box. So I guess I'll show you the frame first. Give it a second to focus. Not sure why it's not focusing. Let me see if I can zoom a little. And there we go. Okay, just needed to zoom a little. So it's the same paper collection, but what I did, and I did this on the box as well, so I'll show you on the frame. Let me see if I can move up the light a little bit. I painted the whole thing with gesso first. This is just a wooden frame I got from Michael's. I painted it with a robin's egg blue paint. I painted it with a crackle, and the crackle that I'm using at the moment that I really, really like, let me get it here. It's the weathered wood, and I got this jar at Michael's, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, maybe like $4 or $5, I can't remember, but I love the way that this works. It takes a couple extra steps because you don't just paint it on and you're done. What you do is you paint on your base color, then you put on the weathered wood, and then you do a second coat, because the crackle, it shows through that the bottom color shows through your crackles, and I just really like the effect that it gives. So that's what I've been using lately. And I painted it, like I said, with the robin's egg blue, and then I did the crackle, and then I just have some white over the top. And I like the way that it turned out. And then I have some vintage lace for my stash that was white and blue, and then lots of flowers here. And I just picked all the ones that had turquoise, and I have a couple that were navy, and then I just whitewashed them, and I thought it was a good contrasting color. And I have some laces back here, and then I have just a little charm hanging off, and when it's up, I figure it'll hang like kind of to the side. And then just some different pearls, and most of these are Wild Orchid Craft flowers. This one is a crystal flower from Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. I'm still loving these crystal flowers that she sent me, and I use them on almost everything. And then this is a spray that Tamika gave me, and I just cut it apart and put it here. It was actually dark blue, and I painted it with the robin's egg acrylic paint, and then I did a whitewash over the top. So you really are getting like 3 different colors in that flower. I like the way it turned out. I think I'm going to paint more of my flowers. I've never done that before, painting it with acrylic paint, but I like the way it turned out. So that is the frame. I really hope she likes it. There's just a background paper from the Glitz collection, and I figured she could put the photo in there, or if she wants to cut a photo and just have that as a background, then she could do that too. So I hope that she likes the frame. And then this is the box I made her. And let me give it a second. There we go. This box at first was a challenge because, like I said, I've never done a lot with blues, and I actually love blues. I do. I love blue is one of my favorite colors to wear. I love wearing blues and blacks, and my school colors are blue, blue and yellow. So I wear blue a lot, not a lot of yellow, but I wear blue. And so I had a lot of fun working with blues, and I think I'm going to try to do something for myself in blue one day. But But anyway, I painted the whole box the same way that I painted the frame. And I gessoed it. I did the robin's egg blue, a coat of the weathered wood, and then the white on top. And then I went through and I added a whole lot of lace, actually. This is a layer of lace, the gray, and then this blue, and then I added 2 layers of the white. And I just like I really wanted to layer a whole bunch of laces on there. And then I have more of the blue and some trim up here. And so I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. And then the top, I started by adding this frame, and the way that I got that frame to look like that, it was a turquoise, and you can kind of see it here. I left some of it shown because I like the contrast, and I painted it with some gesso, and then I just did texture all over it, so it's got really like chunky bits on it, which I like. And then I have some of that lace poking through. I've got different flowers. This is one of the new mesh flowers I've got in my shop. I like that. And then I have some, this is some kind of trim that I got from Mona Me Gabby at one of the scrapbook expos. And it's just like this piece of fabric I bought. I don't know, it's not really fabric, it's like a trim. But it was like a big wide piece of trim, and it was one of the only like silver gray things I had. So I put it in the background and I liked the way it looked. I've got a bunch of flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. I have a robin's egg blue rosette trim that I just cut up and put little pieces. And then these little pieces are actually from the Songbird paper collection from Prima, and it was released a couple of years ago, and I was using it for another project, which you'll see sometime shortly before or after you see this video. And so these pieces were some of the pieces that had like that light blue color, so I thought that they worked well, and I used them. And then I have an N for Nikki, and then an N here for Nikki as well. Some crystal flowers, and I think that's about it. I think I told you everything that's on here. So that's the box. I really hope she liked it. I hope she likes it. I had a lot of fun making it. Oh, and this is from the paper collection too. It's just sheet of paper, and it says memories. Excuse me, I'm still getting over my cold. There's just a loose piece there. And then this is from Tim Holtz. This is one of his pulls. And then the inside's pretty plain. I just have a piece from that collection. And then I've lined it with just a turquoise rosette trim that I had. And this is that paper from the Beautiful Dreamer collection too. And I hope I'm saying the correct name. I may not be, but it's a Glitz collection. That I know. And like I said, if I can find it, I'll put the name below. But if you don't see the link below, that means that I used all of it and don't have any left. But I thought that was a really pretty paper. So that's it. Those are the things I made for Nikki. I hope she likes it. And Nikki, if you're watching this, I had a lot of fun making these for you. I can't really fit everything into frame. Let me see if I can zoom out a little. I had a lot of fun making these things for you, and I really hope you like them. And thanks so much, guys, for watching. Have a great day. Bye.